racing fans, and welcome to our Gallop TV preview show for Friday the 13th. Yes, we are racing at Fairview on the poly track, and what's on offer is that there are 8 races carded. I'm just looking at the times to give you a guide. 12:15 will be the start of race number 1, and we should close things off at 16:20, and then we head over to Hollywoodbets Greyville for that night race meeting. So it's a busy day, but hopefully our good friend, Mr. Grant Paddock, can get a kitty going on Friday as we go into the night racing from Hollywoodbets Greyville. I haven't spoken to Grant in a while, just catching up off air. And Grant, you tell me that whilst the results have been up and down, it's been competitive.
Yeah, morning, these morning punters. Yeah, it has been a bit competitive. The short price also seemed to be getting rolled over in Port Elizabeth, so we've got to watch that. And this card looks a little bit competitive itself. There's not too many of those short ones there, which might help the punters, in fact. So, yeah, let's try and get the kitty swollen up for the Greyville meeting Friday evening, and hopefully we can put the punters in the right direction.
Okay, and please give us your take on what is expected with the weather during the course of the show. It will be appreciated, as you've come to know that this show is recorded a day later. So race number 1 kicks off the bar pot at 12:15. It's over 1,100 meters, a maiden plate for fillies and mares. And number 1, Miss Pryor's at 18-10. 2 Pink Moon at 22-10. Number 4, Feel the Win at 4-1. And Springsteen, number 7, is a 3-1 shot. First leg of the bipod, Grant, I don't know what you're up to with this rig, because when I had a look at it, I see 3 of the top 4 in the betting all having their first runs in the province.
Yeah, 100%. He's definitely a false favourite in the one was Miss Pryor. All her best form has been on the grass. Her poly runs haven't been good at all. I'm going to be looking past that one. 18-10, not going to happen. I did hear for this filly Pink Moon, the first timer for the Alan Creef yard, Kendall Mini up. I believe she can run a bit, and Feel the Win from the Kelly Mitchley yard. I had a chat to the yard. They do expect a big run from this filly. You'll probably know more about her from those KZN form lines. And then Springsteen had 1 run, beaten I think 20-odd lengths. He's 3-1. Shows you the quality of the field. The only filly that's got solid, decent form here is the number 6 horse, True again at 16. Tune again at 16-1. Some very good place money there. Bipod numbers 2, 4, and 6 for me. These are very difficult, and I'm tipping at 2, 4, 6, and 1.
Okay, keep an eye on any betting moves come race time for these horses that are debuting in the province. I think that could be the best guide, and of course you do get some information from the course with the guys working. Race number 2, Place Accumulator, will begin at 12:50. It's over 1,400 meters. It's a maiden plate for fillies and mares. We bring up the field. Number 1, Opera Verse, is at 7-1. 2 Chocolate at 8-1. We've got a 9-10 shot here, Grant, called Her Royalty, from the stable of Gavin Smith, that put in a very good debut on the poly track down in the Eastern Cape. 5 is trading at 11-2. That's O'Mandy. 7 is a scratching. And we got a 4-1 shot here in Richard Faree's mount that was well beaten first up. Horse number 11, the daughter of Heavenly Blue. 9-10, Her Royalty. You think she can build on what she showed first up in the province?
Yeah, 100%. This is the start of the multiple horse. There's no doubt. Very, very good first run here. Got the right field here, to be very honest. Very shallow maiden race. Very good run. She just needed it. She would have come on from that. Stepping up a furlong's not going to hurt her at all. From a half decent draw with Craig up, I think she'll be very, very hard to beat. Opera Verse, danger, biggest danger. And then the improver, that horse that you did mention, Igisha, number 11, she's definitely the horse that's open for the most improvement, stepping up in trips, being out of Heavenly Blue. She's going to enjoy that. She'll probably end up going 10 furlongs, this filly, but there will be improvement. She's a filly that will run into the back end of quartets, but definitely a bank in the Place Accumulator. Her Royalty, very, very hard horse to beat, and as I say, a start of some of the exotics. I expect this filly to start around 6-10 in race time, and I'm tipping at 4 from 1, 11, and 5, and a banker in the PA, the 4.
Okay, a lot of confidence coming through from Grant Paddock there with the odds-on shot, and he thinks it'll start shorter. Number 4, Her Royalty, in race number 2. The big one, the Pick 6, always pays well in Kabeja. fillies and mares 68 handicap, 1,000 meters the distance. We'll hear Grant's thoughts here on how he reads the first leg of the pick six. But let's bring up the field. Number 2, See You in a Bit, is at 7-2. Sharapova is at 18-10. You had to like what you saw first up on the poly track, or way she was finishing off that race. 4, Jade's Cabernet at 9-2. 6, White Hills is at 5-1. And we got a horse, Mediterranean Goddess, that beat Sharapova last time out at 7-1. Yeah, this mare Sharapova, I know that she was frustrating and costly, and just a horse that couldn't find the winner's enclosure to get that second win when she was with Mike de Kock. But nevertheless, I think that the way she made her debut in the province, she could have wins under the belt in that part of the world.
Yeah, 100% with you. There's only one question mark, second run after layoff, and that's a big question mark. Very, very good first run. She's drawn out at 8 out of 10. I must tell you, there's going to be a headwind tomorrow, and a proper headwind as well. Horses from off the pace. We've had heat, so the poly's going to be forgiving. I think it's going to be quite slow, in fact, and I think horses from off the pace could be quite good tomorrow. Sharapova, definitely. See You in a Bit. Spoke to the yard. Filly's come on since her last win. She is carrying the penalty, so she's going to have to step up a touch. Jade's Cabernet now with the headwind blowing. She's going to be a big runner. As to White Hills, we're going to probably need 4 horses in the pick six here, D's, and I'm tipping at 3, 2, 4, and 6, and those are the 4 for the pick six. The place accumulator, you'll get away with the 2 and the 3.
2 and the 3 for the PA, and I like the way that Grant has narrowed it down. 3, 2, 4, and 6 for the pick six, and thank you for that. The show is recorded 24 hours earlier, as we continue to mention, but Grant suspects that there could be a strong headwind tomorrow, so keep an eye for those that come from off the speed. Jackpot 1 begins in race number 4. It's at 2 p.m. sharp, and if you want to get on, you need to get on before 2. That's over 1,200 meters. How are they betting here? Well, this is wide open. Number 3, Iguguletu at 5-1. We got a 5-2 shot here in Legal Thriller, number 7. Then 10 Wordsworth is at 4-1. And it is double figures the balance. So there's plenty value to be had here if you want to shop around and you don't have something that you like. Maybe use a roving banker and those trifectas and quartets. I'll tell you, there's one horse that interests me a lot, and just unfortunate that the bad luck with the draws continues. Swiss Walt, number 9.
That's the only factor, and it's been very bad luck lately from shocking draws. They tried it over 1,400, dropping it out and giving it a chance. It didn't work. Horse that likes to go up there. I don't know if it's going to be the best thing to do tomorrow, but definitely a big runner. This one's got his horses in fine form and a massive runner. I do like the 10 horse here, Wordsworth. He's holding solid form. I think he's a very, very big runner over the 1,200 on the poly. Drawn 4, Marco riding unbelievably well. He's definitely my first choice. Bit of a price at 4-1 in a tricky kind of a race. And you've got to look at horses like Iguguletu and Legal Thriller. I think they've added the blinkers. Last time he was short of pace over the 1,400. He's had a bit of racing though, and if it hasn't come too soon, he's probably going to be in the money as well. D's, I'm tipping at 10, 9, 7, and 1, and in the pick six, we need to add the 3 and the 11 guarding the wall.
3 and 11 for the pick six, along with the top 4 numbers 10, 9, 7, and 1. And I like the fact that you're keeping it down here to just 6 runners, which is half the field, so that is a help in race number 4. Race number 5, 1,400 meters, fillies and mares 64 handicap. We bring up the field. Number 2, Green Light Dancer, is at 3-1. We then got horse number 4. Grant is going to tell us the correct pronunciation for that. That's at 4-1. Number 5 is at 8-1. 7 Ice Cap is at 4-1. And horse number 13, De Janeiro, is a scratching. Grant, what do you make of this horse Ice Cap? Because I think the 1,400 meter trip, the way I've watched this filly race over shorter, I'm going to take a stab. I know that she's been tried earlier on in her career. She, in fact, did a mile 4 starts back, but I like the way she's been finishing off of late.
Yeah, I think she's got to be there and thereabouts, an average kind of a run out of the maidens. The big positive there is obviously the one draw. But I found some very good value here in the 12-horse Colorama. Very good run last time out over the mile. Stepped down in, trip to 200 metres, not going to hurt from a very good draw. I think she's trading at 7-1, which is very good value. She's got to be a big runner. A lot of maiden winners here, the likes of Elucid Marta, Voorsmarkie, Green Light Dancers, another one who won well for Alan first time out. And unfortunately, she's drawn out at 11. But with a free factor on, it might negate that 11 draw. Lady Mallorca has been fancied by the stable a couple of times, and she needs to step up a little bit as well. Tricky kind of a fillies race, these. I'm going 12, 2, 4, and 7. 12 is my value on the day. And I think those 4 horses should be enough to get you through the pick 6 as well.
Okay, that's not going to last. The 7-1 on Colorama, a nice pick there from Grant Paddock. And as he mentioned, the pronunciation for number 4 is Voorsmarkie, the daughter of Gold Standard. But Grant Paddock, he likes 2 and 12 here, but 12 the value bet on the card. Colorama, race number 6, the last pick 3 on the card, 1,400 meters the distance. It's a classified stakes. And number 1, American Dream, is at 8-1. Horse number 2, Fuji Sun, is also at 8-1. 4 Below Deck is at 5-1. Number 8, Lady Luck, is at 5-1. Cabello Matsuniana rides a nice horse here for Sharon Kotson called War Launch. I say a nice horse because I've been following this individual of late, and I think it could be the right type of field with a very low weight of just 52 kgs. And number 11 is at 6-1. Am I way off the mark, including number 10, War Launch, as an each-way choice?
These, I wouldn't say each way, probably more to the play side. 1,400 is definitely a question mark. He's coming back from a bit of a rest. I would prefer to have seen him in a 12 from a good draw. 1,400 might be stretching it. Very tricky race. It's a field race in the pick 6, there's no doubt. I'm tipping number 1 here, American Dream, coming back from a rest. Probably been freshened up from a one draw, solid front runner. He's definitely going to be there and thereabouts in a very, very hard race. The filly, Lady Luck, got decent enough form to be competitive, but he's a classified stakes. You know, the fillies come in a lot better off than the likes of Absolute Noah, 8-year-old from draw 11, but holding solid form as well. And a very, very difficult race, these. My place accumulator, I went 4 horses, 1, 2, 8, and 11. That's the field in the pick 6, and they got to go as wide as possible here. These, it really, really is a hard race.
Okay, when Grant Paddock tells you it's difficult, you know it is, because he's a guy that will try his best to narrow things down in most of the races, but this race can't make a choice with regards to the pick 6. So include the field, hope for the worst result there, and hopefully it does arrive for you. Race number 7, fillies and mares 78 handicap. It's over 1,400 meters. Number 1, Catch Your Breath, is at 13-10. You Win Again, number 2, at 9-2. Then we go on to number 10, Flower Festival. That's a 6-1 shot. And number 12, Rainbird, is trading at 8-1. There is some form to work around here, Grant. You know, there are horses that I think will be competitive here. And the one that I picked up, I know I went Sharon Kotson, Cabello in the previous race, but you seem to think more places. What about Flower Festival here? Could they get it right in this race?
Yeah, this is the easier race than the previous. Definitely in my first 2 pick. She's a massive runner, holding solid form. Cabello up, but she has to beat the one horse Catch Your Breath. Once again, Ellen looks like he's found the right race for this filly. She's in superb form on the poly. She's really doing it very, very well. And her biggest danger is definitely Flower Festival. Flower Festival's getting 4 kilos from her, and that's a big advantage. And we'll add in one more horse into the pick 6 here, D's, the 12, Rainbird, who does very well for Donald Heerson, and a very good last run over 1,300 meters, and from a one draw, he's got to be a massive runner as well. So my place accumulator, I'm tipping 1 and 10, and the pick 6, we're adding in the 12s, so it's 1, 10, and 12 in the pick 6, and I'm tipping at 1, 10, 12, and then the 7, Kilmonive, is starting to regain a bit of decent form.
Okay, you got Grant's numbers there. Just one more question in the 7th, Grant. You Win Again, that's going for 4 in a row. The Richard Fourie going on the other horse, is that your thinking?
Yeah, and the 160-day layoff. She's probably going to need a run over here. And as I say, Richard's probably he has got the pick of the rides, and he's gone for the one that's ready.
Okay, that's race number 7, and I think Grant got it spot on with these numbers there, and I like the fact that he's included number 12, Rain Bird. We close things off in race number 8, over 1900 meters, a merit-rated 78 handicap. Let's bring up the field and have a look at the betting. Number 3, Pay Night at 6-1. Number 6, Roll of the Dice, who has been superb in the province. Wow. 2 runs for 2 wins on the poly track, and both races he's done it effortlessly. 5-2 may be generous, but we'll hear Grant Paddock's thoughts. 7, Karoo Gold at 7-1. Pietro Plata, number 9, is at 28-10, and it's double figures the balance. 5-2 may look attractive for some here with number 6, Roll of the Dice, Grant.
D's, the 28-10 opening price was extremely attractive. It's a proper racehorse. He's won effortlessly both times. I just love the way he races on the poly. He's got a lot of gate speed. He gets up there and he quickens off a high cruising rate. 5-2 is good price now. He's drawn 2. Everything's going to be in his favour. I think he's well ahead of the handicapper. He's a horse that's going to go right through the tops here in Port Elizabeth. And I think he's got this field at his mercy. He's a banker in everything for me, including the P6 at the back. I think he'll get away from them early and they're not going to catch him. The dangers to him, Pay Night's holding solid for me. He's a very honest horse. He'll be there and thereabouts. But I can't see him giving 3 kilos to Roll of the Dice, to be very honest with you. Karoo Gold, from a much better draw, is going to definitely be on top of them with Charles and Ndlovu up. And then Puerto Plata is a horse that likes to run on late. And if it feels like he's moving well, then he's got to be a runner as well. But best bet on the card, Roll of the Dice, 5-2, very generous and a banker in everything. These are my nap for the day.
Is that any relation of yours, Mr. M.A. Paddock?
Yes, Deez, that's my brother.
Oh, good. I haven't been watching those interviews. So your Boot's having a good run with this horse, paying some bills.
Yeah, he has. He's had a very good run, and I think he's found a very decent horse. You know, as I said, he's way above way in front of the handicapper, and he's not going to stop at the 74 level. I can promise you that, Deez.
Has your Boot given you a call for this meeting to say get on?
No, I haven't heard from him in a while, to be honest with you.
Okay, thanks, Grant. Let's get on to your bet, your suggested bet, and of course your value bet and your best bet, as you always give on the show. But it's up on screen, Grant.
Thank you very much, Deez. Best bet, race 8, number 6, Roll of the Dice. Value bet, race 5, number 12, Colorama, and the suggested best, the place accumulator, goes as follows. We open up with Banker 4, by 2 and 3, by 7, 9 and 10, by 2 and 12, by 1, 2, 8 and 11, by 1 and 10, by Banker 6 for 96 Rand full.
Thanks for your time, Grant. We always appreciate it, and hopefully things fall into place on this Friday. Lucky for some and superstitious, that's the word, for others. Friday the 13th.
Thank you very much, Deez, and have a good punting day tomorrow. Goodbye.
Well, thanks to Grant Paddock, thanks to the Gallop TV team, and from myself, Deez Diner, and to you, the Value Racing fan. However you view Friday the 13th, well, hopefully it turns out a day that you back a few winners at Fairview. Until we meet again, you take care. Salani Gasle.